Ladies and gentlemen, let's pause for a moment and imagine something profound, something that can change the way you see your life. Picture your life as a vast open canvas, a blank slate waiting for your touch. Every single day you're handed a brush, a tool to create something new. That brush is your choices, your actions, your thoughts, the very essence of who you are and who you're becoming. The question isn't whether you'll paint, it's what you'll paint. Will you create a masterpiece of purpose, growth, and achievement, or will you let the canvas fill with scattered strokes of doubt, distraction, and missed opportunities? Every day you have the chance to shape your future, to craft a life that reflects your highest potential. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens through deliberate, consistent effort. Small daily disciplines that compound over time into extraordinary results. I've spent decades studying what separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck, who never quite reach their dreams. And I've come to a simple but powerful truth. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure, on the other hand, is just a few errors in judgment repeated daily. The difference lies in the small things, the choices you make, the habits you build, the areas you choose to improve each and every day. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 things you must work on every single day to transform your life into something remarkable. These aren't monumental tasks or overnight miracles. They're practical, actionable steps that, when practiced consistently, will lead you to a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. Let's dive in and explore each one, and I'll show you how to make these disciplines part of your daily journey. Point 1, your attitude. Your attitude is the foundation of everything you do. It's the lens through which you see the world, the filter that shapes every experience, every decision, every interaction. A positive attitude opens doors to opportunities, inspires others, and fuels your progress. A negative attitude builds walls, repels possibilities, and keeps you trapped in a cycle of frustration. Every day, you must work on improving your attitude, even if it's just a small step. Maybe today you choose to approach a challenge with optimism instead of complaint. Tomorrow you practice patience when things don't go as planned. The next day you focus on gratitude, finding one thing to appreciate no matter how small. Think about someone you know who's always negative. No matter how good life is, they find something to grumble about. The weather, their job, their circumstances. How much success do you think they attract? Not much. Why? Because negativity is like a dark cloud. It pushes people away, closes doors, and blocks opportunities. People don't want to work with, invest in, or support someone who's always focused on what's wrong. But a positive attitude, it's like a magnet. It draws people in, creates collaboration, and opens possibilities you didn't even know existed. Improving your attitude doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what's possible, even in tough times. It means saying, this is hard, but I'm stronger. This is a setback, but I can learn from it. Start today with a simple act. Write down one thing you're grateful for. A warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, the fact that you woke up this morning with a new opportunity to make a difference. Maybe you smile at a stranger or let go of a minor irritation instead of dwelling on it. These small acts strengthen your attitude, and over time, they reshape your entire life. Let me tell you. About a man I once knew. He was talented, capable, but always negative. He'd say things like, nothing ever works out for me, or why does this always happen? His attitude pushed people away, and his career suffered. One day I sat him down and said, your attitude is your choice. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond. He started small, focusing on one positive thought each morning, something as simple as appreciating a sunny day or a good meal. Over time, his mindset shifted, and so did his life. He attracted new opportunities, built stronger relationships, and found success he never thought possible. What can you do today to improve your attitude? Start small, but start now. Your attitude isn't just how you feel, it's how you approach the world, how you handle challenges, how you relate to others. When you improve it daily, you'll find that doors start opening, opportunities start appearing, and your life begins to change in ways you never imagined. Maybe today you focus on being a little more optimistic, tomorrow a little more patient, and the next day a little more grateful. Each small brick you lay builds a stronger foundation for your life. Your attitude shapes your reality, so make it a priority to improve it every single day. 2, your communication skills. Everything in life revolves around communication. Whether you're building a relationship, negotiating a deal, or inspiring a team, your ability to communicate effectively determines your success. And here's the truth. Communication isn't just about talking. It's about listening, understanding, and connecting with others on a deeper level. It's about making people feel heard, valued, and respected. Every day, you must work on becoming a better communicator. Maybe today you practice active listening, really hearing what someone is saying without planning your response while they're talking. Tomorrow, you focus on expressing your ideas clearly without rambling or overcomplicating things. The next day, you work on your tone, ensuring it conveys confidence, warmth, and sincerity. Have you ever had a misunderstanding that turned into a bigger problem? Maybe you thought someone meant one thing, but they meant something else entirely. Perhaps a poorly worded email caused confusion, or a harsh tone created tension in a relationship. Poor communication creates chaos, conflict, and missed opportunities. But when you improve your communication daily, you build trust, strengthen bonds, and gain the ability to inspire others. Imagine how your life would change if every conversation left people feeling valued, understood, and motivated. I once worked with a young woman who was brilliant but struggled to connect with her team, and she'd get frustrated because her ideas weren't being heard. I told her, it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it and how well you listen. She started practicing one communication skill each day. Listening without interrupting, asking thoughtful questions, using positive body language like eye contact and a warm smile. Within months, her team respected her more, her ideas gained traction, and her career took off. Communication is a two-way street, and every day is a chance to get better at it. Start today with one small step. Have a conversation where you focus on truly understanding the other person. Maybe you ask a clarifying question or practice summarizing what they've said to ensure you're on the same page. Maybe you work on your body language, standing tall, making eye contact, smiling genuinely. These small acts of intentional communication will make you someone people want to listen to, work with, and follow. Communication isn't just about words, it's about connection. When you connect with others, you build bridges to success. What's one way you can improve your communicate? TN today, improving your communication skills isn't just about professional success. It impacts every area of your life. Your relationships with family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers depend on how well you communicate. Maybe today you practice being a better listener. Tomorrow you work on expressing your thoughts more clearly, and the next day you focus on empathy, understanding someone else's perspective. Each small improvement makes you a better communicator, a better leader, a better friend. Over time, you'll find that your ability to influence, inspire, and connect grows stronger. Communication is the key to unlocking opportunities, so make it a daily priority. 3, your self-discipline. Self-discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's the power to push through discomfort, distractions, and doubts to achieve your goals. Without discipline, talent is wasted, ideas remain dreams, and potential stays untapped. The good news: discipline is like a muscle. You can strengthen it every single day. Maybe today you discipline yourself to wake up 10 minutes earlier to plan your day or review your goals. Tomorrow you commit to finishing a task before checking your phone or scrolling through social media. The next day you push through a workout even when you're tired or unmotivated. These small acts of discipline may seem insignificant in the moment, but they compound over time. They turn you into someone who follows through, someone who gets things done, someone who achieves. I once knew a young man with incredible potential. He had big dreams, a vision for his future that was inspiring, but he lacked discipline. He'd start projects with enthusiasm, but when the excitement faded or the work got hard, he'd give up. He'd get distracted. And by the next shiny idea, leaving his goals unfinished, one day I sat him down and said, talent is nothing without discipline. You've got to train yourself to stick with it, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when you don't feel like it. He took it to heart. He started small, finishing one task at a time, no matter how small. He set a timer to focus for 25 minutes without distractions. Over time, his discipline grew, and so did his success. Today, he runs a thriving business, and he'll tell you that discipline was the key. Discipline isn't just about willpower, it's about building habits. When you make something a habit, it becomes automatic, requiring less effort over time. For example, if you make it a habit to review your goals every morning, you don't need to rely on willpower to stay focused. It becomes part of who you are. Start today with one small act of discipline. Maybe you say no to a temptation, like skipping a workout or overspending on something you don't need. Maybe you commit to completing one task before moving on to something else. These small victories build the muscle of discipline, and over time, they lead to massive results. Discipline is what separates dreamers from doers. It's what turns ideas into reality, goals into achievements. Maybe today you discipline yourself to stick to a schedule. Tomorrow you say no to procrastination, and the next day you push through a difficult task. Each act of discipline strengthens your ability to follow through. Over time, you'll find that discipline becomes easier, almost effortless, because it's part of who you are. What's one act of discipline you can practice today? Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your life transforms. 4, your mindset. Your mindset is the set of beliefs that shape how you see yourself, your circumstances, and the world around you. A limiting mindset holds you back, whispering things like, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough. An empowering mindset propels you forward, saying, I'm learning, or I'm on my way to success. Every day, you must work on challenging those limiting beliefs and replacing them with thoughts that empower you. Let's say you want to start a new venture, but a voice in your head says you've never done this before, so you'll probably fail. Today, challenge that thought. Tell yourself, I may not know everything, but I can learn. I can take one step at a time. Tomorrow, read a book, listen to a podcast, or watch a video that inspires you to believe in your potential. The next day, take one small action towards your goal, even if it's just writing down a plan or making a phone call. Each day, you're rewiring your brain to focus on possibility rather than limitation. I once met a woman who believed she wasn't cut out for leadership. She was talented, hardworking, but her mindset held her back. She'd say things like, "I'm not a natural leader," or "I don't have what it takes." I told her, "Your beliefs are just thoughts, and thoughts can be changed." She started small, reading uplifting books and practicing positive self-talk. She'd write down one empowering belief each day, like, "I'm capable of learning leadership skills." Over time, her mindset shifted, and she became a confident, inspiring leader. Her transformation started with small daily changes in how she thought about herself. Your mindset isn't fixed, it's flexible, but it requires daily effort to shape it. Maybe today you identify one limiting belief and replace it with an empowering one. Tomorrow, you surround yourself with positive influences, people, books, or ideas that lift you up. The next day, you take action to prove to yourself that you're capable. Each small step strengthens your mindset, and over time, you'll find that your entire outlook on life changes. What limiting belief can you challenge today? Your mindset affects every area of your life, your confidence, your decisions, your relationships. If you believe you're destined to fail, you'll act in ways that make failure more likely. But if you believe you're capable of growth, you'll take actions that lead to success. Maybe today you write down one empowering belief. Tomorrow you read a story of someone who overcame obstacles. And the next day you take a small step toward a goal. These daily efforts reshape your mindset, making you unstoppable. A strong mindset is like a compass. It guides you through challenges and keeps you on course. Make it a daily priority to strengthen yours. 5. Your time management. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure. 24 hours a day, no more, no less. But how you use those hours determines the trajectory of your life. Poor time management leads to stress, missed opportunities, and a constant feeling of being behind. Great time management creates freedom, productivity, and progress. Every day, work on managing your time better. Maybe today you start by setting 3 clear priorities for the day, 3 things that will move you closer to your goals. Tomorrow you eliminate one distraction like turning off notifications for an hour while you focus on a task. The next day you practice saying no to requests that don't align with your priorities. These small adjustments may seem minor, but they compound, helping you get more done in less time and with less stress. Have you ever ended a day feeling busy but unproductive? You ran around all day, anxious. Ring emails, responding to calls, but at the end, you realized you didn't accomplish anything meaningful. That's a sign you need to improve your time management. Start your day with a plan. Take 5 minutes each morning to ask yourself, what are the most important things I need to accomplish today? Write them down and focus on them first. And here's a key. Don't just plan your work, plan your rest too. Rest is fuel for productivity. If you don't take time to recharge, you'll burn out, and all your hard work will suffer. I once worked with a man who was always too busy but never seemed to get ahead. He'd say, "Jim, I just don't have enough time to get everything done." I told him, "You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. It's not about having more time, it's about using it wisely." He started small, planning his day the night before and focusing on one key task at a time. Within weeks, he was getting more done and feeling less stressed. Time management is a skill you can improve daily. What's one time management habit you can start today? Time management isn't just about getting more done. It's about focusing on what matters most. It's about prioritizing the tasks that move you closer to your goals and saying no to the things that don't. Maybe today you create a to-do list with just 3 priorities. Tomorrow you block out an hour for focused work, and the next day you practice delegating a task to someone else. Each small improvement makes you more efficient, more effective, and more in control of your life. Time is your most precious resource. Use it wisely, and you'll see your dreams come to life. Point 6, your knowledge. The world is changing faster than ever. Technology, industries, opportunities, they're all evolving at a rapid pace. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. Knowledge is power. It's what allows you to adapt, innovate, and add value to the world. Every day, commit to learning something new. Maybe today you read an article about your industry or a topic you're curious about tomorrow. You listen to a podcast on leadership, personal growth, or a skill you want to develop. The next day you take a course, online or in person, to build a new skill. These small investments in learning may seem insignificant, but they add up. They make you more capable, more confident, and more valuable in the marketplace. I once knew a man who thought he'd learned enough after finishing school. He stopped reading, stopped attending seminars, stopped growing. His career stalled, and he couldn't understand why. I told him, formal education makes you a living, but self-education makes you a fortune. He started dedicating 10 minutes a day to learning, reading a book, watching a tutorial, asking questions. Within a year, he was promoted because he'd become more knowledgeable and valuable. Knowledge is the key to opportunity, and it's something you can build every day. Learning doesn't stop when you leave school. In fact, that's when the real learning begins. The most successful people in the world are lifelong learners. They read, they listen, they study, they ask questions. They know that the more they learn, the more they can achieve. Start today with one small act of learning. Maybe you read 10 pages of a book or watch a 10-minute video on a skill you want to develop. Maybe you ask a mentor a question or attend a webinar. What will you learn today to move closer to your goals? Knowledge isn't just about facts. It's about understanding. It's about gaining insights that help you make better decisions, solve problems, and create value. Maybe today you learn something about your industry, tomorrow you study a new skill, and the next day you explore a topic that sparks your curiosity. Each piece of knowledge builds on the last, making you more capable, more adaptable, more prepared for whatever comes your way. The world rewards those who know more, so make learning a daily habit. 7, your finances. Your financial situation isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create through your choices and habits. Whether you're trying to get out of debt, build wealth, or simply achieve financial stability, it starts with small daily improvements. Every day, take a step to improve your financial habits. Maybe today you track your expenses to see exactly where your money is going. Tomorrow you create a simple budget to ensure you're living within your means. The next day you set aside 5% of your income for savings or investments. These small steps may not seem like much, but they compound over time, creating financial security and freedom. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. I've seen people make millions and lose it all because they didn't manage their money wisely. They spent as fast as they earned, living paycheck to paycheck, always on the edge of financial trouble. But I've also seen people with modest incomes build wealth through discipline and smart choices. The principle is simple. Spend less than you earn, invest the rest, and avoid unnecessary debt. These daily habits create a foundation for financial success. I once knew a woman who was drowning in debt. She felt overwhelmed, like she'd never get ahead. I told her, start small. Focus on one financial habit at a time. She began tracking her spending, cutting out small, unnecessary expenses like daily coffee runs, and setting aside a little money each week. Over time, she paid off her debt and started building savings. Her financial life transformed because she committed to daily improvements. What's one small financial step you can take today? Financial success is about discipline and consistency. It's about making smart choices every day, even when they're small. Maybe today you review your bank statements. Statement to understand your spending habits. Tomorrow you skip an impulse purchase, and the next day you research a new investment opportunity. Each small step builds your financial foundation. Over time, you'll find that your money works for you, not against you. Financial freedom isn't about luck. It's about the daily habits you cultivate. 8, your personal development. Life is about growth. If you're not growing, you're standing still, and if you're standing still, you're falling behind. Personal development is about becoming the best version of yourself every single day. It's about improving who you are, how you think, and what you do. It's about striving to be better today than you were yesterday. Maybe today you work on self-awareness, taking 10 minutes to reflect on your strengths, weaknesses, and habits. Tomorrow you practice a new skill like public speaking, writing, or problem solving. The next day you focus on emotional intelligence, learning to manage your emotions in challenging situations. Each small step moves you closer to your potential. Personal development isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Set goals that challenge you to grow, but make sure they align with your values and passions. Personal development isn't just about doing more, it's about becoming more. And sometimes that means unlearning habits, beliefs, or behaviors that no longer serve you. I once knew a man who felt stuck in his career and life. He was capable but lacked direction, said. I told him, dedicate 10 minutes a day to personal growth. He started reading, journaling, and setting small goals. Within a year, he was more confident, more focused, and more successful. His transformation began with small daily steps. Personal development is a lifelong journey, and it's one you can't afford to ignore. Maybe today you read one chapter or of a personal development book. Tomorrow you practice a new habit for 10 minutes. The next day you reflect on your progress and adjust your course. Each of these small actions moves you forward. What's one area of personal growth you can focus on today? Personal development isn't just about learning new things. It's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve your goals. It's about building the skills, habits, and mindset that lead to success. Maybe today you work on your confidence, tomorrow you practice resilience, and the next day you focus on creativity. Each small improvement makes you stronger, wiser, and more capable. The more you grow, the more you attract success, opportunities, relationships. Make personal development a daily priority and watch how your life transforms. Point 9. Your purpose. Purpose is the compass that guides your life. It's the reason you get up in the morning, the force that keeps you going when things get tough. But purpose isn't something you find once and forget. It's something you refine, deepen, and live out every single day. It's about aligning your actions with what matters most to you. Maybe today you spend 10 minutes reflecting on what matters most to you. your values, your passions, the impact you want to make. Tomorrow, you take a small step toward a goal that excites you, even if it's just writing down a plan or researching an opportunity. The next day, you align your actions with your values, making sure everything you do reflects what you stand for. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as helping others, pursuing your passion, or living with integrity. I once met a woman who felt lost because she didn't know her purpose. She'd achieved success by society's standards, good job, nice house, but she felt empty. I told her purpose isn't found, it's built through small, intentional actions. She starred. Ted volunteering in her community, reflecting on what brought her joy and aligning her life with her values. Over time, her purpose became clear and her life became more fulfilling. Purpose gives your life direction, and it's something you can work on every day. If you're not sure what your purpose is, that's okay. It's not something you discover all at once. It's something you uncover over time. Start today by asking yourself, what matters to me? What kind of impact do I want to make? Take one small step toward that vision and keep refining it day by day. Maybe today you reflect on your passions. Tomorrow you take a small action toward a goal. And the next day you help someone in need. Each step brings you closer to a life of purpose. What's one way you can live with more purpose today? Purpose gives meaning to everything you do. It turns ordinary tasks into meaningful steps toward a bigger vision. When you live with purpose, your work becomes more fulfilling, your relationships become deeper, and your challenges become opportunities for growth. Make it a daily habit to reflect on your purpose, to take actions that align with it, and to live in a way that reflects who you are and what you stand for. Purpose is the foundation of a meaningful life, so nurture it every day. 10. Your gratitude. Gratitude is a game changer. It's one of the most powerful emotions you can cultivate, and it has the ability to transform your life in ways you can't imagine. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. You stop focusing on what's missing and start appreciating what you have. Every day, practice gratitude. Maybe today you write down 3 things you're thankful for. A warm meal, a supportive friend, the opportunity to learn something new. Tomorrow you thank someone who's made a difference in your life, whether it's a family member, a colleague, or a stranger who held the door for you. The next day, you appreciate a challenge that's helped you grow, recognizing the lesson it taught you. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good, it's about taking action. So when you're grateful, you become more generous, more compassionate, more connected. Gratitude is contagious. When you practice it, you inspire others to see the good in their lives. I once knew a man who was struggling financially. He felt like life was against him, like he'd never catch a break. I told him, find one thing to be grateful for each day, no matter how small. He started writing down one thing every morning, a sunny day, a kind word, a good meal. Over time, his mindset shifted from despair to hope. He started noticing opportunities he'd overlooked before, and his life began to change. Gratitude opened his eyes to possibility. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means choosing to focus on what's right, even when things are tough. Have you ever had a bad day where everything seemed to go wrong? We all have. But even on those days, there's something to be grateful for, a lesson learned, a moment of strength, a small act of kindness. Start today with one act of gratitude. Maybe you write a thank you note or take a moment to appreciate something you usually take for granted, like the roof over your head or the air you breathe. What are you grateful for today? Gratitude has a way of multiplying. The more you focus on what you're thankful for, the more you find to be thankful for. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It grows bigger with each turn. Maybe today you're grateful for a small moment of joy. Tomorrow you appreciate a challenge that made you stronger. And the next day you thank someone who supported you. Each act of gratitude shifts your perspective, making you more resilient, more optimistic, more open to life's possibilities. Ties. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice, a habit, a way of life. Make it part of your daily routine and watch how it transforms your world. The power of daily improvement. Here's the secret to success. It's not about one big moment, one grand achievement, or one lucky break. It's about the small daily disciplines you commit to. These 10 things: attitude, communication, discipline, mindset, time management, knowledge, finances, personal development, purpose, and gratitude are the building blocks of a remarkable life. Each day, choose one small action in each area. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be consistent. Over time, those actions compound, and you'll be amazed at where they lead you. I once met a young woman who felt stuck in every area of her life. She had talent, dreams, but no direction. I told her, start small. Improve one thing every day: your attitude, your discipline, your knowledge. She began reading 10 pages a day, practicing gratitude, setting small daily goals. Within a year, she'd started her own business. Within 5 years, she was thriving, living a life she never thought possible, all because she committed to small daily improvements. So I ask you, what's one small thing you can do today? Maybe it's writing down a goal, thanking someone, learning something new, or saying no to a distraction. Whatever it is, start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There's no such thing. The perfect moment is the one you create by taking action today. The power is in your hands. You don't need more time, more money, or more talent. You need consistency, commitment, and a willingness to improve just a little bit each day. These 10 areas are like seeds you plant in the garden of your life. Each day, you nurture them with small actions. Maybe you water your attitude with a moment of gratitude. Maybe you fertilize your knowledge with a new book. Maybe you prune distractions to make room for discipline. Each small effort helps your garden grow. Over time, those seeds become strong plants bearing the fruit of success, fulfillment, and purpose. But it all starts with the daily choice to plant, to nurture, to grow. A call to action. As you leave here today, I want you to carry this with you. Life is a journey, not a destination. Every day is a chance to take a step forward, to become a little better than you were yesterday. These 10 areas: attitude, communication, discipline, mindset, time management, knowledge, finances, personal development, purpose, and gratitude are your roadmap to a life of purpose, success, and fulfillment. Work on them daily, and you'll find that success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. Write this down. The key to your future lies in the small choices you make every day. Commit to improving your attitude, your communication, your discipline, your mindset, your time management, your knowledge, your finances, your personal development, your purpose, and your gratitude. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your life transforms. So, tell me, what's one thing you're going to work on today? What small step will you take to move closer to the life you want? Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's having a meaningful conversation with someone you care about. Maybe it's saying no to a distraction so you can focus on what matters. Whatever it is, make the choice to start today. The power is in your hands, and the results will be extraordinary. Keep going, keep growing, and never stop becoming the person you were meant to be. Success isn't about luck or talent. It's about the small disciplines you practice every day. It's about the choices you make, the habits you build, the person you become. Start today, take one step and then another and then another. Before you know it, you'll be standing in a place you never thought possible, living a life of purpose, impact, and fulfillment. The journey begins now. What will you do with it? This is your moment. This is your opportunity to take control of your life, to shape your future, to become the person you were meant to be. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. The time is now. The place is here. The power is in your hands. Take one small step today, and then another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Commit to these 10 disciplines, and you'll find that your life becomes a masterpiece, a reflection of your highest potential. You have everything you need to succeed. It's all within you. So go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for you.